welcome to another episode of Deep Dives Early Out. This is my interview show where I speak to queens that have left the Drag Race competition too soon and also other people. This series is the Early Out series. I'm doing deep dives with other people coming up very soon that I'm very excited to share with you. But I have the great honor to speak to the next in line to the throne of Porkchops from Drag Race France, Miss Créatine Price. She is an opera singer and a drag queen based in Paris and in New York City. I'm so excited for this conversation. So subscribe and follow and comment who you think I should interview next. And let's get this show on the road. My diva, welcome to Deep Dives Early Outs.
Oh no!
It's too late now. It is who we are. We have to embrace it.
We're embracing it. It was I just was like, I'm just gonna ignore it. You know, like that was my big plan. Was I'm just gonna ignore it.
Oh, babe, it's out now. First of all, thank you for speaking with me on video on this show for my YouTube channel. But the people don't know our relationship started many, many months ago.
It did. It started a little bit ago.
Like doing this show is so fun for me because it really started as like a way to do therapy. Like I don't have a therapist, and like I was like, who knows the experience of like being a first out or an early out? Just the early out girls. And so
it's like just us. It's like only us.
Your DM to me like changed everything. So you want to tell people how we know each other?
Yeah, well, I did. Well, that was the thing. You know, like your season had just.
It was like airing.
Yeah, it was like airing. And we had just finished filming. And I was just like, I don't know who to talk to. Like, I was a mess. I mean, you know, there's obviously a community of a few of us here in Paris that have gone through the stuff with Drag Race France, being first out or early out. And those girls were super helpful, but I was like, I need to talk to an American. Like, I need to talk to someone that like understands this. And like, obviously you came to my mind first because you're like a New York City queen. I know we'd never like really met in person, but like we have a similar sort of like home base. And I was like, it makes sense, you know?
And I don't know the roster of the early out queens or any context you have there, but there's something about like being a person that like is an artist and like a New York City person, or like we like carved ourselves a career to then like get on the show of our dreams and they're like, please leave immediately. There's like a specific situation. But before we get to that, there is a structure to the way I do this show, and it's very simple. I'm going to talk about the beginning, the middle, the end, and then the beginning again. So we're going to talk about like pre-Drag Race stuff, being on Drag Race, the elimination, and then what is happening now and what we're up to next. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. Most important part.
Because I feel like people didn't get to hear your story. People don't know where you came from. And this is a moment where we get to talk a little bit about that. I mean, listen, this is not a 7-hour episode. You do deserve a 7-hour miniseries, but this is not the day. Okay, the difficult thing that you're experiencing also, before we get into the beginning, middle, end, is that you go home in the actual premiere episode. Because we didn't have a premiere episode with elimination on season 18. And so you get to go to all these parties where everyone's like celebrating the new season, and then like you go home. Like that is crazy because everyone's like, we're on TV. And you're like, yeah, but I am like, this is like the worst episode.
I didn't see the episode. Like everybody else, like all the other girls had the opportunity to kind of like preview a tiny bit. Like I had not seen it. So I watched it live with 1,200 people. I watched me go home with like 1,200 people, and it was like on Wednesday night. And I was like, this is devastating. Like this is so bad.
How did you feel watching it?
It's a mixed bag. Like there were like, my mind goes to like what was happening for me during filming. Like I was sick, first of all. That was like the biggest thing. I was like really sick like the 2 or 3 days before filming because I was so stressed out doing the preparation and like getting everything done on time. And I was like not sleeping. As you know, you've been through it, you know, like you're not sleeping and you're like every single detail has to be like perfect. Watching it, like knowing what was coming with all of those people there, I'm like, I don't know how the crowd's going to react. It's like I'm gauging my own reaction and theirs at the same time. So it was like really creepy. And I'm like, honestly, I hated it. But like,
no, fine. You can say that. This is a safe space.
I hated it. But I had such a fun time at the actual viewing party. Like I got to perform afterwards with Le Philippe, who's the winner of the previous season,
of course,
and Mini Majesté, who's like a local queen here in Paris, who's like really, really followed, really loved.
How did you feel the crowd reacted to you? Because
Everybody was so lovely. Like people really supported me. Like I got cheered the fuck on. Like and then I did my performance. Like I got up and sang and like did my shit. And people lost their minds. Like people fucking lost their minds. And I was like standing there were like literally 12, like Didi, like 1,200 people in this giant, like it's like an open air market. It's called Le Felicita, and it's like huge, huge. 1,200 people standing on tables, like, and they were like losing their shit for like literally 10 minutes. And I started like cry, like my makeup was like, you know, like I started like ugly crying because I was like, my place is like on stage. Like that's where I belong. And
I'm so glad you had that moment, because that's real life. Like real life is not what happened on the show. Who you are is not who you are on the show. Like that is real. It took me a long time for me to get that reaction or that feeling in myself, because I didn't have that feeling on my premiere episode. Like people were like into me, but like I was doing it in New York and I was like, everyone already knows me. Like everyone's disappointed. Like this sucks. But then I did the kitty cat ball with the finalists came to New York, and we did this in like the $3 bill. Like Yarn was gigantic, and I did this number that I'm very proud of. And that's when I was like, I got that like standing ovation and people screaming for me. I'm like, oh, people do get me. This is real life. And every time you will perform in front of people, every time you will get on that stage, people will realize who you are. And that's not who you were. You know that, right?
Right. There's like the real life thing. And then you like look at the numbers and the things that are happening on social media. And you're just like, oh, like, let me like process this, you know, because there are so many feelings.
Okay. So let's take a quick trip back to the beginning. Let's check in on the person that discovered opera. Let's check in on the person that discovered drag. It's like what I like to call like finding your like fuego. It's that like itch inside you that like wants to share, wants to create, wants to make art. Like where does this fuego find you?
I've always been like a stage monster. Like I've always been like, as long as I can remember, like I started singing. I mean, I first fell in love with classical music when I was like 17, 16, 17, like in the birth of YouTube. I would see all these videos of like Leontine Price. Yeah.
But like Diva, like how does one like just be on YouTube? People are watching mukbangs and you're like Leontine Price. Like
I know. Well, it was like, I'm old. First of all, I'm 36. And I was like the beginning of YouTube. Like you just like go down like random YouTube, like wormholes, you know, back in the day. And, you know, obviously I watched my fair share of like beauty content and shit like that or whatever. But I just like, I always loved music. I was like obsessed with Cirque du Soleil. This is like random. I was like obsessed. It's amazing. I think for me, it was like, I was always a singer, and I was like a star in all the musicals in high school because I was a FAG baby. I was a V. You know, I was really into the performing arts. I just got introduced to it at a young age, and my parents weren't like unsupportive. They were just kind of like, okay, like that's his thing. Like my mom has always been relatively supportive. I think my dad at a certain point wanted to like just suggest I go in a different direction, you know?
They don't know what the implications of this could be. So have you considered football?
Yeah, have you considered like
option
going? Yeah, like
not being gay,
med school, like you know what I mean. At one point, I realized that I could do that as I could be in operas as a career, which like to me made no sense because I think, oh, like this is a profession, like this is like a.
It's not like thing you do as an extracurricular for fun for like a couple of months and then you do the show and then it's over. You're like, there's a job involved.
There's a job involved and there's like technique, like, you know, like
training
going to school for music. Yeah. Like going to school for music is a big deal.
Did you go to school for opera?
Yeah. I got into SUNY Fredonia, which is the state school for voice performance. I was like big fish, small pond, like right away. Like I had a big voice. I knew I was a tenor. I kind of like have always had a loud voice. And so people were kind of like, well, your voice type is going to take forever to mature. And like, you know, you have a lot of time. And I never understood what that meant. Like I always be like, what do you mean? Like that doesn't make it.
Like I want to sing that.
Yeah, like I'm like ready to go now. I wanted to do like the traditional artist, like young artist performance track, which for us is usually like undergrad, young artist programs, which are like programs that exist all around the country. They're there's like bigger ones, smaller ones. There's obviously ones like the Met or like Houston Grand or like things like that. And those are jobs, which is cool. I only did a few of those. I did smaller ones because I was like not ready, but then go to grad school.
Okay, great.
I went to BU and like BU kicked my ass.
Is it a like conservatory grad program? Like, do they do
Yeah.
cuts? Like, are you like?
No, I wasn't
Okay,
cut, but I definitely like, I mean, it's a conservatory environment, let's say. It just was like cutthroat. Like there was the level of talent like went from like this to like this. Like I was like, oh, I gotta step my pussy up.
You were
Like,
no longer a big fish, honey.
no. And I got smacked with reality hardcore. And that's the beginning of creatine, even though like I didn't really do drag until a little bit later.
Do you remember seeing drag in
Yeah.
Boston, or like what was it about that point in your life? Oh, you're like,
I did. I mean, I saw drag in undergrad a little bit. Like my drag mother is someone I met in undergrad, the Countess Mascara, who you might know.
Oh, the Countess Mascara. Yes, yes, yes. This is the name of the industry, honey.
The name of the industry. Yes, we went to college together.
Oh, gotcha.
And I consider her my drag mother. I mean, she literally like helped me with my first drag everything, like official drag everything, which came a lot later. But yeah, I started go-go dancing in Boston, and I was around drag, and I saw Katya.
Amazing.
You know,
Fast forwarding to then, you graduate in Boston. You're then looking for jobs as an opera singer. There's this diva inside you that's coming out. You're like now kind of like in the gay world. Like when does she
like
put on the
nightlife.
mascara, diva? Like when does she get her heels on?
It was after I moved to New York, because like in New York, I really tried to like make it as an opera singer in New York and like tried to do the traditional thing. And I had like a decent amount of success. I want to say like I got my first real go-go dancing job in the city that I was like surrounded by drag. Like I remember like going to see Monet and Bob like do the help at industry.
Yes.
And be like, wow, like that is something I want to do. Drag meant so much to me as a like artistic medium. Like it is like an integral part of opera as well. Like drag is like opera history. Like even today in many operas, Mozart, Strauss, these kinds of things, there are women that like play roles of young men. Like there's like literal drag kings in opera. People don't know that like as common in information. And so it's like a normalized part of our art form. And so I think I realized like, oh, like this would be really sickening if I could do this. I didn't put on the heels.
Oh, yes.
Fully
until
like 2018-ish. I had my first couple of gigs. The Countess like would put me up for like what did I do? I did
what was your first like performance on stage in drag?
At Stonewall at the Countess's like birthday party situation one year. I did like a little thing. It was like champagne bubbles and her and like.
And you decided like, let me do full drag. Like who painted you? Like
she painted me. And she was like,
gave you the booking and gave me the
booking. Yeah,
you didn't get paid.
I didn't get paid, girl. I didn't get paid. No,
that's how we all start. That's how we all start. No. So you weren't then on stage when you started?
Not really. Like I tried to kind of do a little bit. I think I was too shy. Like I was too like, I didn't want to like fully go there because like, like I was like, how do I keep my professional life separate from this? Like, like
trying to keep them.
Yeah, I was still trying to like be an opera singer and like whatever, which is stupid. But
no, it makes perfect sense until you realize that like your powers combined are what makes you unique.
Well, that's what happened to me. Like that's what happened.
Then you are doing bookings as an opera singer, starting to do like open mics and drag. And then this opportunity comes with the New York City Opera where you're like cast in an operatic part
the first
of a drag queen.
The first ever.
Pioneer, honey.
Pioneer. First ever. Expressly written for a drag queen. Like, and it was supposed to kind of like sort of like inspired by Marsha P. Johnson's like experience of transness, like undertones of that in the role, but it was a drag role. Like it was like, I had like on stage like a drag mother who was like helping me get ready for like my debut at Stonewall, which is so crazy because that is where like it was full circle. So there was so much like serendipity around that experience. And it was during World Pride in New York City.
In your like estimation of like your opera career and your drag career, like, did you ever think like, I'm doing opera so I can be like a man doing opera at the Met and I'm going to be a drag queen like for fun? Or were you like, I'm going to get on Drag Race?
No, I never ever wanted to do Drag Race ever.
Let's push forward, you've discovered this like part of yourself that's like, oh, opera and drag can go together. Years of what, like still auditioning, still trying, bringing opera to your performance.
Well, yeah, I mean that all went down in 2019, and I had like a really crazy career explosion after that. Like a bunch of auditions came my way, and I got cast in a bunch of really cool shit. Like I got, thrown into this thing with just I didn't know what to do. Like I needed an agent. Like I needed, you know what I mean? Like I needed like help. And then COVID happened in 2020. So I really turned to like just kind of more traditional drag to kind of like fill the time and make me feel better about like, like being at home, and did a couple of Zoom shows. Like I remember I would just go and see the drag. I went and go saw like Robin Fierce like down at Playhouse a couple times. And like I just was like, I started to like really fall back in love with like drag. And like the next like big thing, I mean, I was kind of like brewing ideas like what I wanted to do, but the next big thing didn't come until this woman whose name is Marianne James, who is a huge celebrity here in France. She is the head judge or like one of the jury on France's Got Talent, wrote me because she saw one of my videos. I had
called in for it. You didn't audition for it, sister.
Bro,
amazing.
I had a gig with Gigi Good at the center's like Pride summer party thing, the gay center's like Pride summer party thing. And I posted a little video of me singing Carmen. I mean, I just like went up and sang the habanera like I normally do. And she saw the video.
Like I normally do.
And she saw the video because it went sort of like opera viral. Like it didn't go like drag viral, it went like opera viral. So like everybody saw it. I was a little uncomfortable with like all the visibility, but then she wrote me and was like, would you be interested in being on TV? And I was like,
yes.
Yeah.
But wait, you get invited to France's Got Talent and you're like, yeah. I'm going to go as an American person that is not French at all. France has talent and it is me.
Yeah, it's me. Right. And so I was literally in Minnesota, and like I got a call from France, and it was the producer, and she was like, oh, like, is this Jordan? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, I was just wondering, like, are you friends with Marianne James? And I was like, I've literally never met her. Like, we just message every once in a while. Like, she asked me to be on this show. Nothing ever happened. She was like, well, I'm from that show. And we want it to happen. Like, we would love it if you came on the show and like surprised her. So it wasn't even supposed to be like me competing on the show. Like, I was just there to surprise her
with a song.
But then I like
tell you were competing.
They didn't tell me until after my audition. So like I went on and like during the auditions episode, and like we met for the first time in person. She like broke down in tears, and I was like, what is happening? Like I was like, oh my God, like I got so emotional, and because it felt like I had known her my whole life. And now like, I mean, like that's my second mother. Like she is like my mentor. Such a fucking like real one. And I would not have been able to do Drag Race without her, because she lent me her apartment and set up an atelier so I could like fucking do my like work on my costumes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like
after that show, you did another show in France, right?
I did France Got Talent, and then I was on the BBC for a year, like with a series of shows called Queen at the Opera. It's with the BBC Concert Orchestra. And we had like a televised thing. We had like like a radio broadcast, all these things. So that was like all of 2025 was like that. And so then
the France's Got Talent thing did push you kind of to like another level of experiences, of bookings, of things like that.
Yeah, because I had like a really heavy hitter viral moment from the show, singing this aria from Pagliacci, the like Ridi Pagliaccio, and I like wiped off my drag makeup like while
I've seen this on Instagram for sure. After these viral moments and these new bookings, is Drag Race starting to enter your system or no? You're like, no, honey, I'm doing the BBC. I
didn't want to. Wow. I was making so much money doing what I love. Like, and then I had this show in Belgium. I got cast in this Fledermaus, which is an opera, in Belgium at Opera Liège. I made like for the first time, like made like my real booking fee. Like I was
amazing.
Like, this is like it. And I remember feeling like, do I want this? Like, I was like, I don't know if I want this.
In this opera that we were doing in Belgium, was that an opera role in drag or? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like a featured role. And it was so funny too, because like, I think the director is he's the director from the Moulin Rouge here in Paris. I don't think he told the conductor and like the people that were involved that like I was an actual opera singer. Like I think he was just like, well, we have this like drag performer who's going to come and do these roles. And they were kind of like, all right. And like I had a decent amount to sing, but I think they were just kind of like wanting to get it over with. But then like I showed up and started singing and they were like, oh,
Oh, she could really do the job.
and that led to conversations about like me coming back and like doing real roles there, you know, eventually, which I am always open to.
So wait, did you audition for Drag Race France at that time?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was like, why wouldn't I? Like, if they're like, you know, like
You're being appreciated. You're feeling like the career is going well, like the drag thing is going well.
like there's a producer that was like, you should audition. Like, you should audition.
Because this happens in the US too. People being like, have you considered auditioning?
Yeah.
Please send us your tape.
Yeah.
Send us your tape. And I was like, before.
Yeah. And I was like, why not? You know, I'm like, again, opportunity. Like,
it's a gig. It's go audition. Like, yeah. You get the call that you're officially on it. Like, and in like 5-6 weeks, you have to bring like all these looks. You have to do like all these things. And you're like, okay, great, Slay, I got this. Or you're like, how? Where are you living at this point? Like,
well, see, this was the thing. I had a visa that had expired, like for like anything in Europe. So then I was back, like, so for the time I was in Belgium, I was back on my Schengen visa, which is the thing where you can only be in a certain place for 90 days. Yep. So I needed to get out of the Schengen region to be able to even film Drag Race France. It was just like, it was a lot. So I knew I had to do half my shit in New York because I was like, I have to be in New York for at least 2 weeks so that I can make up the days and then go and apply for the visa after filming.
Emotionally, how are you
put together
about the preparation?
I was so overwhelmed. It started to eat at me. Like I was like, I'm not ready. Like I'm not ready. But I had such great ideas and I was like, I just need to like put the money at the ideas that I know are going to work.
Right.
My boyfriend never was that person. My big sister, who's here in France, her name's La Big Bertha. She's been on All Stars France, and she helped me so much. Like when I finally got to Paris before going on to finish everything and like have all the French designers give me the stuff that I was working with.
You know, start calling people. You're like, please help in New York, in France, like everyone that you know. It's like,
yeah, I called like everybody under the sun. Like there were, I had an experience like before France Got Talent where I had gotten fully fucking scammed. Like, you know, like someone took my money. So I was so nervous to like go and like get commissions again. And because I make a lot of my stuff, you know, like I make a decent amount of it, but I was just like, I know I need help. Like I can't make everything myself. So I was like nervous, but Bertha really helped me with people in Paris. So yeah.
And then it's like the day you're leaving, you've been sick, but it has to happen. You get on set. How are you feeling once you're there? Because what happened with me, I was like very, very stressed, very, very stressed. And then as soon as I got on the plane, I was like, well, basically like it's done. Like we have what we have. And when I got to set, I was very like at peace and joyful and like ready to go. And I was like, my whole mentality changed. And I was so present and joyful. And I don't think you had the same experience.
No, God, no, that's brilliant. I did not have that experience, girl, at all.
Okay, now you're on set. You're like in isolation. You're like entering the workroom tomorrow. Like, talk to me about your mental state now.
I was not well. I don't think I felt as excited as I wanted to about the experience. I think because I felt so trampled by the preparation, I wasn't really excited about. I mean, I was excited to see the other queens because I had no fucking idea like who, you know, was going to be on there. And they did a really good job of, you know, keeping everything secret. And so anyways, I was like, I was like, I saw the workroom and I was like, oh my God.
It's startling to like be in the giant workroom
it's crazy.
Brand new, gorgeous workroom for the record.
It is really gorgeous. It was stunning.
Meeting the queens, the first day there. What are you feeling?
Honestly, like I really loved everybody. Like I was like, I mean, I think like Azemelia was like talking a lot and I was kind of like trampled by her, like just in terms of like my entrance, like, you know, I felt like kind of like, oh, like, because I know we were in the same agency, so like I know her. Mm-hmm. So she was like the only one I had ever really like met before. But I felt like
everyone was like,
I know, and I was there, and I was like, oh, like there are some cultural things happening here that I just don't fucking understand. But also, that's the most I've ever heard French people speak, and I felt like they were all so excited to be on TV, and like they were really trying to grab the screen time, and I was just like I've already been on TV. Like I felt kind of like how do I get it? Like, you know,
there's a difference between like I have been on TV before and I've been hired to do things, and like you have entered an arena where winning is not about talent. You also have to be like a television personality.
Right. Right. And
I think that's a different skill set. And these
I'm
girls were
not like, yeah, I'm not that. And that's okay. I am great on TV. I know that. Like when I'm given the opportunity to like talk and tell my story, and like I can be like, girl, you know, like I can be a little bit, you know what I mean? But I think they were expecting a little bit like a different personality out of me, not to, you know, denigrate the show at all, but I think maybe there was an expectation that I was like going to be more of a big diva than I am, like just because, you know, I'm like a loud Black American, like, you know, whatever. And I just like wasn't that, because I was just kind of like, where do I even talk? What do I even say? Like nobody was asking me questions. There was nothing to bounce off of. Like I just felt like overwhelmed by it. But there were some people there that I really got along with immediately. Holly White is a real fucking bitch. I was like, that's a drag queen, and I fuck with that. Like I fuck with drag queens. Like, you know, like, yeah.
In that moment, you're like, all right, great, let's go, because like maybe I can't get a word in, but like let me show who I am in other ways. You were so present when you were like doing your little opera bits and like the moments. And
I was like
a version of you that I didn't see in the talking table. So I was like, oh, and she's on now. She's here. Yeah,
I was just like, I think just because like coming in and like Azealia was already there and was just like bam, 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 bam. And I was like, huh, like, okay. And then, you know, it's our first day on set. It's like your first day filming. So there's like, it's silent in there, by the way. It's silent.
Yes.
There were certain things like I couldn't fucking hear, like, because it's huge. Like, I don't know about like the workroom in the States, but like it's huge in there. Like
it's huge. And then they announced the main challenge, and it's also like on a stage singing, dancing. Were you like, okay, I got this?
Yes, because I was like, oh, we're going to record a song. I got this. But then I heard the song and I was like, there's really not an opportunity to like sing out. And
the verses were like 8 seconds long. It's so crazy.
And we didn't even get a chance to like write any of our own lyrics. Like we didn't get a chance to like make it ours in any kind of way. And like I kind of like asked for the one phrase with like some English in it, because I was like, I don't think the other girls knew what it meant. Like I didn't even take it like,
you didn't even write that. You just recorded the existing track. Oh, and also in the recording booth, you were like, let me do a little bit of like an opera thing, and then like they didn't use that take.
Nope.
So there was no like way to like show personality except for like in performance. I will say in the rehearsal, like you were dancing, you were doing a good job, and then they placed you at the front. Was that because you thought they trusted you, or like
we thought we were gonna switch at a certain point? Like you know how it is, like when you get the choreo and then you're like, so I think like from my perspective, I was like, oh, maybe I just like won't end up in the front. Like, but then we were all of a sudden we're like, they're like, okay, it's now. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, you know, and like looking at me doing the choreo, like I wasn't horrible. Like I wasn't like the most.
There were so many people that were not doing great. But I also was thinking, just again, logistically, as a person that's been on the set of the show, even though it's a little different, I'm like, they placed you in front of the judges on the front row in the cornermost section in front of the judges.
Yeah, I know.
If you do not perfect, they will notice that. If the girl from the corner in the back does not well, like.
Yeah. Listen, I was like, I'm going to make the best of it. And I tried my absolute best. Like the choreo, like I felt like it was funny too. Cause like, I was like, oh, I'm doing this. Like, you know, like looking back, I'm like, I was a little timid in certain points, but also like I did pretty decently. I think like the actual like challenge itself, I was like, okay, my runway was really where things started to like fall apart. And I'm very grateful for Drag Race France for like not including certain things.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the runway? You had your little cart coming in, the little Jeep coming in, which like,
the Jeep,
you pack that, because every inch matters in the packing department.
I know, girl, it was crazy. That Jeep, it's here in front of me, actually. It is wrapped in a giant bag that I had to like literally pick up and carry like this.
Like a carry-on. And I thought the look was so cool. It took up the whole stage. It's very iconic. You like really dragged up this Missy Elliott look.
Thank you.
Because you finish your performance, you're like, I didn't do that bad. This is fine. And then you're putting on this look backstage. You're like, babe, I got this.
I literally was like, I'm eating. It's like I'm eating.
Because fashion is so important in Drag Race France. I feel like people don't realize if they don't watch it, that the runways in Drag Race France are like the best runways in all the franchises.
They really are. And I And I was like, oh, like this is and I made that look. Like I made the whole thing.
Okay.
Props to thank you. Like I made the whole thing. I knew there was like a risk that it was too big. I knew that it was too big. There's like two skirts. There's like the underskirt, giant
train
I tied, around the middle of the corset. And then there's a skirt over that with the two sides, like, and I stuffed it full of like really thick tulle that was light, so it wasn't like super heavy, but like still, when you're carrying all that fabric and it's vinyl, it's like black vinyl, the shit that smells like fish, like when you take it out of the fucking, you know what I mean?
Like getting kind of also stuck on the floor, like.
That was the thing. So this was the thing, is that I didn't think of that. I didn't think of the friction of that fabric. When I got out on the stage, it started gripping to everything. And like I tried to step over the car at a certain point because I couldn't really take the télécommande, the remote, because I didn't really have a place to put it, if that makes sense. It's big. I mean, I could have just like whatever, like tossed it or whatever. But I tried to like step over the car. And in hindsight, that was the worst thing ever because the dress like got stuck on the car.
Sister.
Yeah, there's like a point where like you see me push the car.
And then they showed this in like the critiques of like, then you're gonna take off the thing and the glasses also move, like,
which wasn't supposed to happen because the connecting parts for the collar were like coming undone. Like I sewed them last. It just like wasn't working. Like it, like I could have attached it better. I tried to attach it in several places, but at a certain point, like before, like in my little rehearsal, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take it off.
You've done the runway walk. At this point, we're like getting ready to critique. You've now experienced the kind of clumsiness of the outfit accidentally.
Yeah.
Do you still feel safe? Or are you starting to feel like...
No, I knew my runway was disastrous. Like it was like, so then the other thing I will say is like, because the dress was so huge, but first of all, Didi, the theme was dress excess. It was like...
Exactly. Everyone's things were gigantic.
Huge. Like they wanted it to be as huge as possible. Yeah. That was the theme.
Yeah.
So I'm like turning off of the runway. And again, grippy fabric. It caught onto one of the lights on the side.
Sister.
Honey, but like, how was I ever supposed to know, like, honey, the land,
Also,
like,
those things happen. Those things happen. In the critiques, you talk a little bit about like your shyness. And I see through the screen a little bit. I don't know if this was your experience, but like, did you feel isolated? Did you feel lonely? Or did you have girls there? They're like, and now like go to the backs of the stage and a lot of girls are like chatting with each other, hugging each other, and you can just like walk alone. I'm like, how is your mental state here? Are you feeling...
Honey, I feel like an outsider always. The girls are really nice. Like I do get along with them, but it feels like I don't belong. And I like
you felt that in the room, or you feel that now?
I felt that in the room a little bit, like it is a really big deal for me. I've worked really, really hard to get to the point where I'm at. And some of them, I think in the moment felt like very young and very like, not immature, but kind of like, I was like, I don't really know what to talk to them about, or like what to like, you know what I mean? Like you get but then also like you're dealing with the reality of being on Drag Race. So you're like, I want to be like more...
I'm not like trying to like defend the other queens of your season. Obviously, like I don't know them and I'm respecting your experience here, but like your experience working not every night at the bars with the local French scene, I think is an advantage. A lot of the girls already knew each other. And a lot of the girls know how to speak to each other in that kiki backstage. We're all drag queens.
Yeah.
We all saw each other be boogers. Look at how fun, like there's a way in which like growing up in a, like even I felt like an outsider on my season, and it wasn't because I have not been doing this for a very long time in a similar way that the other girls have. It's because they're a part of like a community that I was not a part of. Like
that's I think what it is.
They did not expect me to be there because they're like, well, I know drag in New York, but I don't know you. So like,
right. Which I'm like, everybody in drag in New York knows Didi Fuego, which is like,
right. And I didn't have an ally there to tell them anything. I was the only New York girl, just like you were the only girl that was like from outside that sphere.
Totally. And that's exactly it. I mean, also, I will say like France is a small place. So like culturally, we're very, very different. I kept telling La Big Bertha, my sister, I kept telling her over and over again, like, I think I'm too American for this. Like, I really genuinely think I am, because us, when we come into a room, there's a moment of like, like, hey, bitch, like, like whatever, even if we don't know each other. But if you don't know someone in France, it doesn't work that way. Like, you can't just be like, hey, girl, like they're going to be like, whoa, like, you know, and it plus I'm yeah, because I'm like fat and brown at the same time. Like people are like, what? Like they don't know how to handle it.
I mean, I had this thought because people are like, would you go on Drag Race Mexico? And although I did audition, I always thought, and also I grew up there for my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize when they're like, I'm Mexican and on Drag Race, like no one has been Mexican like I have been. Like people have
At all.
had Mexican
Girl,
heritage.
can we
Like,
talk about that look,
I'm the
bitch?
only
The
person
look.
that grew up in Mexico my whole life to be on Drag Race. And if I had gone on Mexico, Drag Race Mexico, like I still would want to build my package in Mexico because I have to like reacclimate to
Yeah.
like not the language, or like the culture. Like I've
The
never
culture.
been back. Well, at one time I've done a show in Mexico. I'm like, there's a thing about culturally understanding the language. And let's move on to the end. Now you're faced with the fact that this journey might be over. You have to lip sync for your life to Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, a song that I love, for the record. But what a weird lip sync song, because it's not just in English, it's also has some Korean.
In Korean, like words in Korean. And I was like,
Baby.
I guess like I had never fully listened to it, like and been like, oh, that's Korean. And then like, you
That's
know,
what they gave you the song like 2 days ago. Like this is the thing,
literally.
like, a little iPod with songs in the lyric sheet.
Yep.
So you're like, you have 2 days to like acclimate to the culture, do a song and dance number, meet these queens, and then you have to learn Korean.
The Drag Race was hard. I wanted to puke. I was so I remember like backstage, I was just like, no, not this, like not this one. No, like, oh my God. Like,
Okay, but emotionally speaking, how are you feeling in the moment of the lip sync?
I was an absolute wreck. You know what's so weird is like the only person I could think of was my boyfriend. Like I could only think of him because I remember like a couple months before I went to Belgium, I was doing an opera in Buffalo with my parents, and like staying at my parents, and my boyfriend, like I think he wasn't feeling seen, and like he just wasn't feeling it. We were there too long. He needed to get back to the city. Like I totally get that. Like, and you're with your
For sure.
partner's parents, whatever. Anyways, but like long story short, like there was a day where like we just like he just wanted to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, and I like, but we watched it and it was actually kind of like,
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so
it's
good.
cute. I just started thinking about him, and I was like, God, he loves this. Like I want to do this right, and like I want to, you know, like do this. I want to do a good job. I don't know, and I like, and then the words of the song like started to like make me feel like a certain type of way because like the emotions were already heightened, and I was like, wait, this song is about like real shit. Like I started I started getting like, and then I like started thinking about all the people that I was gonna let down if I didn't win the lip sync, and how I had just gotten there, and I puked. I puked.
Literally,
I was like, yeah, I literally was like, I was like,
lip
unwell.
sync?
No, before going on, I literally was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to go through this. And
sorry, girl.
it's okay. I mean, you know, the thing for me is that like I have a really trauma-filled life, you know, in ways that we haven't talked about. And that's certainly no excuse. I like have been in therapy for years and have figured my shit out for myself. And I'm a strong ass bitch. Like I have been through shit, like a lot of shit. And that was what was coming up for me in the lip sync. Like, and when I watched it the other day, I was like, I could see it on my face. I could see like the feeling of like abandonment that I've had, like the struggles I've had with abusive relationships, like all that shit was coming up for me. Cause you know, you feel like you're about to be like rejected.
And the song also has emotion to it. Okay, so you were going through those emotional experiences, we're lip syncing to Golden. At my lip sync, I was like, I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm so excited to do it, and I'm focusing on the lip sync portion. And then I also thought like, oh, like Mandy's kind of coming undone. And I was having like costume issues.
I had costume issues too.
I did not in the middle of it think I'm going home. I was like, I got this. It wasn't until later that I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Did you, when did you?
I think as soon as I saw the judges laugh at what she was doing, I kind of knew, but at the same time, like I was still holding out hope, if that makes sense. Like I was just still kind of like, okay, maybe this is good enough. I don't know. Like there were parts of it where like they definitely were like, oh yes, work. Like, and I remember like I could hear Holly White go, Creatine, like get the shit done. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I don't know. Like there was a part of me that was like holding out for it, but then I saw them like really laughing at what she was doing, and I was like.
But then you finally hear Sachet Away. Oh, how do we say it in France?
Sachet, c'est terminé.
C'est terminé. It's over,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. So tell me it.
And
And I
you do have an emotional breakdown.
I lost it. I lost it. They didn't even keep it all in. I couldn't even speak. It was bad, Didi. Like I cried like a fucking baby. Like it's because of all of the stress I was under, and I was under so many other circumstances than these other bitches. Bringing all my shit from New York, the amount of money I paid to have things done in New York, which is substantially more than people do here.
Yeah.
That whole year of 2025, I did nonstop travel. I had not had a break in 2.5 years. I still haven't been on vacation in 2.5 years. Like I have been nonstop working, and I was there and I was like, this is unfucking believable. Like I cannot believe how the circumstances have led me to this. And I've spent my entire life savings on this fucking show.
All of those thoughts are going through your head when you're getting told to sashay away. When you look back at that moment of like who you're disappointing, how much I spent, like the opportunities you thought this would bring, like all this stuff is going through your mind. And then Nicky gives you such a beautiful speech. Do you remember that in that moment, or were you so blacked out that you couldn't hear it? Because the way she spoke to you with so much kindness and encouragement, I haven't seen a lot of Drag Race France, but like that is incredible to me.
I think that's the thing with Nikki is like, I like get her like, like she like, we don't know each other super well, but like, and I don't want to like disrespect our relationship in any kind of way or like overstep a boundary in any kind of way. But I think like there's something about her that I like understand. And like, I think we have a similar,
she also understands you.
Yeah. Like, I think we get each other, like, seeing each other in New York and stuff. There's something about her that's very real and that I really appreciate. And it's funny because like, I think in that moment we were really like, I felt really connected to her because like, I mean, she's right. She was right. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't agree with like me not being able to share the stage with other people. That was like sort of the main feedback. I think they have to say something like in
when I heard that, it wasn't like you don't know how to like share a stage. It was like you are used to working in a specific way that is not this way. And
yeah, that's true.
on the one hand, it's like they have to say something, and on the other hand, the critique is just a note. It's just like
I didn't. There's aspects to that that are very true. Like being an opera singer, there you have to be. A lot of our work is done in isolation.
Of course,
the voice, the
preparation,
everything is done in isolation, and then we're very actively trying to build relationships with other singers like during the process. And so that's something that I always like take pride in. So I think when I heard that originally, I was like, oh, like, weird, that's not at all how I feel. But at the same time, I totally get where she's coming from.
Okay. And then the other thing that is really crazy that we've shared is that the first episode that we're doing is like a singing dancing challenge. And then like later comes like we didn't get to do talent, you and I. Honey.
No.
That's effed up because you prepare a talent number.
Oh, I had
and we were not allowed to share that talent number that we prepare. And so people got to know us in a group, but not as individual artists. And they never will. And
never will.
That sucks. Anyway, no question there. Just doesn't that suck?
Allegedly. That sucks. It sucks.
Your elimination occurs. You go back to your accommodations and then you get sent packing home. Where do you go after? Because you can't like go back to New York. Like you have to stay to complete the Drag Race France like experience.
I had to stay, and when we
like
had
isolation still, or do you get your
we had.
How many hours after you get eliminated do you like DM Didi Fuego?
I DM'd you a while after. It was after the filming. It was like after everything was said and done. Because I was like, I think for the first long while, I was unable to speak to like literally anybody. Like I just stayed in the house.
What's your biggest like, oh, I wish I could have, or like, I wish I had got the opportunity to from your experience that you didn't?
I just wish that like, well, first of all, the talent show, I wish that I had done, because for me, the biggest thing is like, as a singer, I wanted to just sing on TV again. Like that was my most important goal. And I didn't actually care if like if I had gotten to sing and I had done the talent show, and like, I know it would have been great. I might not have won. Who knows? I don't even see what the other girls did, but like, I might not have won. I probably would have won. Wow. But at the same time, like all I want to do is just like represent what I do.
Right. And that's what you get booked for. So if you don't get a chance to show what
for me, it's about bookings. Like it's about bookings. Like I am in this to make money and to
have a career.
Not, I really wish that I could have like shown some light on like the American experience in Paris a little bit, because, you know, and like my life, like as a Black American, like I wanted to like talk about that, because it's not, I think in Paris, like, and in France in general, I should say, like the stories of Black people and brown people that are here, like are obviously like there is an experience of oppression that exists here as well, but it's so different than what we go through. And I wanted to talk about the realities of living in the United States right now and how fucking afraid we are and how like fucked up this political system that we're in right now is so bad. And like the things that French people enjoy that we don't have, you know?
You do have, you know, like a platform and all that, but like that platform is so specific of being on the show that I feel, I mean, I think we've talked about this so much, and it's like, we understand that it is going to be okay. We understand that like we are blessed to have been there. We understand all that. And yet we're like, we wanted more from this experience and we will never get it.
Yeah.
There is a period of mourning. And that's what I like to call like, it's not like the end, it's like the beginning again. And it's like, okay, how do I take the pieces that have been served to me and still make good with them? So you are so fresh out of your elimination.
Yeah.
Also, Drag Race US films like, and then like a long time later it airs, but I feel like the Drag Race, a lot of the international series, it's like a shorter window. So like,
yeah,
you've been thrust into something so quick, and you're smart, you've been in the industry a long time, but how are you feeling today about the future that is in front of you?
I feel really conflicted. I feel it feels complicated. There's like part of me that, you know, I really want to continue to do what I do and do more concerts and recitals. And like, I want to plan those things out and all that, but I'm also just tired. I put a lot of energy and time and money into the social media stuff that I'm going to be coming out with for Drag Race France. So people can see the stuff that I did. I mean, as you did as well. I know that you did the same exact thing. And that's like
it's all self-funded, and it's all like the only opportunity I have is to share these like looks every week. Yeah. But like there's so much pressure because that's like the only platform.
It's the only platform.
We talked about this before, but are you doing opera with every look?
I don't know. Maybe I am.
I'm not saying I concocted that for you, but we definitely talked about it early on.
You definitely did not concoct that for me, but you did point it out. And
I'm happy to encourage it, because as I kept saying, like if the thing that you are is an opera singer in drag, and every week you're not opera singing in drag, what are you? It's like when Mia Starr entered the workroom and she was like, I'm a video hoe. And I'm like, if she does not have music videos, I'm like, who is she? But baby, she does.
She does.
Be who you say you are.
Yeah.
And you are being that. Even for your entrance look, you sang in your look.
I did.
I hope for the rest of your looks, we get to see a little singing with them.
I don't know. Maybe maybe not. I don't know. We're still sort of, you know, early out.
Well, I hope that even though this opportunity did not give you what you had hoped, that you can still squeeze as much as you can without, because I'm going through this, without putting so much pressure on yourself that when things don't go as planned, you feel disappointment over and over and over again.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, I'm working through it. It's a work in progress. You know, I've failed many times in my life, and it's not that this isn't like an abject failure. Like there's like an element of it where you're like, oh, I got on the show.
But I think I got there. To be like, this,
yeah,
that could happen.
That's true. But also at the same time, like I've been through so much worse, and there are things about this that are like, you know, objectively like fine. Like I know I'm going to be fine, but at the same time, I'm trying to make do. And I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine.
I think sisterhood is so important. I think, you know, we're like all like solo artists and we're all doing our solo thing, but like the way that we grow is by being there for each other. There's like space for everyone. And so I love this show because I get to really dig deep on what like brought people to this moment. And also when we are in trouble, we can to each other be like, this sucks. And I can be like, yes, sister, it does. And then when I'm like hyping you up in the comments because like your content is amazing, like we are celebrating where we can celebrate. And also we are there for each other when the moments are to be acknowledged. And we were just talking about this, but like, you will hear people talk shit about you. You will,
of course, I already have
comments and critics, and everyone wants to say their thing. And it is so easy to read 100 good comments and hold on to the 2 that are critiques. I'm encouraging you now, and I'm encouraging myself. Let those go.
Trying to. trying to. Yeah. So I get that, but it's hard because, you know, we're human. We're not machines. So
go follow Miss Creatine and
follow Didi Fuego.
And go.
Did you feel?
Do you feel the Fuego? Does it burn? And don't forget, if it burns a little too much, go to the clinic and get tested.
Ooh, and take your creatine.
And take your creatine. You don't take creatine, do you?
No, we'll grow out. No.
Honey, the land. Honey,
the land. Honey, he's in water. No, the land.
No. I love you so much. Thank you for being
I love you.
Deep dives.
Thank you, honey.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Love you. Bye, honey.
We'll talk more.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
All right. Thank you all for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and comment below. If you have any people that you want me to speak to, hit the notification bells. It really helps when the videos, like off the bat, get seen and shared by people. So really appreciate it to help keep this channel growing so I can keep sharing all these fun interviews with you all. In the meantime, have a great day. Support your pork chops because what happened on TV is just what happened and not who we are. And I love you. Y adios.